Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Unbiased, Brim, New Haven, Connecticut. Blessings, Coach.
Unbiased. Salute, fam.
Go on there. I'm live.
Hey, I gotta give you a ton of props, man, for putting this on and having Bill. How you doing, Bill?
He on the phone
all right,
right now.
hey, all right, go. I'm on there with Coach Malachi right now. True Media. All right, but go on True Media. Yeah.
Yeah, hey, go ahead, Unbiased.
All right, no doubt. I heard him he was taking care of something. So, Bill, first and foremost, congratulations, man. Your son put on a master class. He made me a couple bucks, so I appreciate that. But you answered one of the questions in regards to Sandor Martin. Yes. But I was watching the fight, and one of the things I noticed about some of the improvements that I saw Dev have is that he was sitting on his punches a little bit more, but he was kind of still doing it from the heel. Is there a certain point that you think you would be comfortable of having Dev completely sit on his punches and still be defensively responsible, especially in this climate of boxing where, they want knockouts, for him to get them all the way out of here going forward in the future? Because I said that as Devin gets up in weight, his power will increase, and you guys are proving me right. So I just wanted to know if that's something you guys are considering as you continue to move up.
No, absolutely. You know something about boxing. Because you definitely mentioned those heels. So all respect to you. It's a constant evolution. He's working. There's no flawless boxer, like there's no flawless human being. You know what I mean? But we can have more focus than we might normally have. And I think he was tremendously focused for this camp. And the world can see that he's gotten a lot better. But at 25, you're still growing. So the next fight will get better, and you haven't seen the best of Devin yet. You know what I mean? So, but to answer your question, your eye is extremely sharp, because we definitely don't want to be on those heels.
All right, shout out.
Yeah, but I think it keeps him safe defensively too, though. But I appreciate you, Coach. I know you got a bunch of calls, and salute to you, Bill. Yeah. And congratulations again.
Shout out to Unbiased, man. Connecticut, stand up, man. Connecticut, stand up. Hey, Bill, I'm not gonna lie, man. I sure enough wanted, Devin had him. He had him. He could have started Regis Prograis. Carla, hold on. I want to say this though, Bill. Can you just summarize it for me? Just give me a quick summary, because I have a call waiting. What is the thought process that you go through when you're breaking down an opponent for Dev? Like when Dev when he got ready to fight Vasily Lomachenko, like what was, you being the trainer and the manager, you do a lot of multitasking. What was the thought process? Just give us an idea of the seem like you have an analytical mind. You come up with really, really good game plans. And that's what Paulie Malignaggi said, would shock the hell out of me, giving you guys credit. What say you about that?
Well, I mean, just like anything else, you use all your historical experiences to make up who you are, right? Me knowing in the streets, right, the guy that's really quick to Dauphin you or try to knock you out or try to, it's a really uncomfortable. They don't want their flaws. The longer that they fight, either the conditioning, either you got about to run for the post, you're not comfortable. So you want to get it over with, you know what I mean? But to be able to beat on them and tell a person why you beating on them, right? And they not be able to do anything, right? Is an art. You know what I mean? It's an exceptional talent. So I know that Devin is comfortable. That's his place. He got a chance to spend that 36 minutes in his place. You know what I mean? In that square. You know what I mean? And I tell him have fun and just keep beating on him. So when you talk about something like, okay, we got to get him out of here, man. We down on the cards, man. We got to rally up. Or, hey, man, man, get him out of here. This guy's a hell of a puncher. He's gonna get you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just know that from what we've learned about it, the fighters that are the most comfortable, the boxers, tend to have easier nights with it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And if I had pressed the action, Devin being a young fighter, and he gets hit with something that's even not, it don't have nothing on it. Meaning,
I understand.
Guys out there, it don't have nothing on it. Then everybody say, "Oh, you see, man, if that was Tank. Oh, if that was Tank." So now I came out and I said, "Damn, I said this nigga. Coach, you just fucked me all up, Coach. I don't know what happened.
That's the fourth time. You said it 4 times, Bill. I'm writing it down. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
So let me before you say it. But when you come out and you say, okay, now you think about that is we don't gotta get hit with your shot that you're saying to everybody. Now, do the people want to see the fight? Now are the people more interested? But first, oh, you ain't did nothing. You ain't sold. We sold. You know what I mean? You ain't available. We're available. You know what I mean? Listen, you don't knock nobody out. You don't knock nobody down. Well, we just knocked him down, right? And then Calvin said that don't say his name. I said, man, this shit is the weirdest, craziest shit in business. But thankful to, platforms like this that you can come on and just talk to the people, man, and dispel any of them false rumors.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What up, Mac from New York? How you doing, Coach? What up, Bill?
Mike from New York,
Mac?
talk to me. Mac, yeah.
Hey, I got two quick questions for Bill. Bill, before you fought Regis Prograis, before you guys even got to the 140 division, can you let us and the fans know who did you have being the top dog at 140? Can you let us know?
Before we got to the 140-pound division, it was, you know what? Initially, I had Josh Taylor, right? Until Josh Taylor suffered those, he had a bad performances with, what's the guy's name?
Teofimo Lopez.
No, not Teofimo Lopez.
You talking about Jack Catterall?
Jack Catterall.
Jack Catterall.
Yeah.
Jack Catterall.
Okay.
And so because their fight was so controversial, and he didn't run it back with him, and and Catterall and everybody was running from Regis. I had Regis as the number one guy because he did it twice. He did it once, my heart one, and then for two. So I had him as the number one guy to answer your question in a informative.
Okay. So you had Jack. You just said that Josh Taylor had a bad performance, so you no longer consider him number one. But we clearly saw Regis Prograis have a horrible performance. So how can you say that Josh Taylor, that was beaten by Teofimo Lopez, which, mind you, he was the underdog, right? Las Vegas had all the money on Josh Taylor. Regis Prograis was not the favorite in this fight. He was the underdog when fighting Devin Haney. I just want to know who the top dog was before you fought Regis, because I saw your son, say that Regis Prograis was the top guy at 140, when clearly the majority of the people definitely did not agree with that statement. So I just want to know who you thought, but I appreciate you explaining your criteria.
Yeah, and also.
All right, salute, fam.
And also,
go ahead, finish. Go ahead and finish, man.
Also, to add on to that,
My question is this, and I think you answered it earlier. Okay, so I know the Matt from New York said that. Hey, he said that. Hey, go ahead.
Is I acknowledge the top guys, and to say that I think I said that they were, 1 and 2 as top guys, right?
Right.
No different than I still say that a Subriel Matisse is a top guy. He has a belt. I don't disregard him, nor do I with Teofimo Lopez as being
but I think you answered that question earlier when I asked you. I said, why did you pick Regis? Were there any other champions at 140 pounds available that you could have fought? And I think you said no, because Subriel Matisse just got through he just finished the fight. His hands is hurting and something of that sort. He just finished having the fight. Then Teofimo Lopez, he's fighting in February. So was Regis Prograis? Yeah.
But Regis Prograis is a WBC world champion.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Devin world champion. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you had to go get the belt. I get it. Yeah, I got it. I definitely got it. Yeah, I got it. Shout out to Caller, hold on. Shout out to Real Dude Uprising. He said, Dollar Bill, what you say about the path to Undisputed being taking Rolly, then clearing out the rest by 2025 Undisputed?
Like I said, Devin is looking to be in the big fights, man. Those are all big fights. I don't rule out any of them. You know what I mean? Have to have the person to raise their hand and go through with it.
Okay. Caller, what's your name when you calling from?
Coach, it's Max. You cut me off. I have one more question, brother. I have one more question for Bill.
Sorry about that, fam.
Nah, it's all good. So, Bill, I appreciate you answering that question, but I'm going to throw another one at you. You've been saying during this interview that, Devin has aspirations at 140 to become undisputed. I saw an article earlier that Devin said he did not have aspirations to become undisputed. But my question to you is this. If you want to fight the top dog in Teofimo Lopez, right? You had a lot of energy yesterday on the Boxing Voice to reach out to Sorrel Matiz's camp. You reached out to the wrong person, but you called their team yesterday, right? You got Bob Arum's number. If you really want to fight Teofimo Lopez, look, let me just get my question off, brother. Let me just get my question off. I'll let you talk. All right, so what I was saying was, if you have that much energy to make a Matiz fight, you got Bob's number. You did business on that side of the street already. All I'm saying, Coach, all I'm saying, Bill, I hear you on interviews talking about, we want the 140. Now we want to become undisputed when Devin wasn't saying that a week ago. If you want to fight Teofimo, just say it. You got 750 people here. This going to go viral. This going to post, say, we want to fight Teofimo. Call him out like you did yesterday with Sorrel Matiz. That's my call.
All right. Shout out to Mac from New York. Salute, fam. What say you, Bill? Hold on. I got another call calling in. What say you about that?
Shout out to the Teofimo Lopez family, Teo Sr. and Jr., the ultimate grudge match between the two. We've been ready. We've been stalking Teofimo.
Hold on.
We've been stalking Teo Jr. and Sr. It's them that have to be ready, not us.
Caller, what's your name when you calling from?
Troy Graham, Baltimore.
Troy Graham from B-More. Talk to me.
Let's up and big up. So, Brother Bill.
Hold on. He wanted specifically. Let me just tell him this. Devin will beat the shit out of Teofimo Lopez next if he wanted.
Go ahead, Troy.
Let you know, okay? Okay, now, Brother Bill, I got a question for you. I saw the fight. I had your son winning by TKO. It was a very good performance, right? I saw someone maybe in the 5th, 6th round. Did he tweak his right hand, or did he hurt his right hand in that fight?
No.
No. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was asking because he was throwing it kind of like a curve or a hook or something, and that's why I thought he might have hurt his right hand. But that was a good fight, man. And I see in the future that him and Teo is gonna have a good fight. I'm from Baltimore, so I can say Tank. I'm cool with that. I don't think his people are gonna allow him to fight him, even though that's the perfect fight to make. But it's not gonna happen. So just keep doing what you're doing. And also, I love that Brother Hackett called in, because I know his father, right?
Oh yeah, good dude.
And I love to see, yeah. And I love to see her shine as black fathers, man. It makes my heart filled with joy and pride, man. I'm proud of y'all, man. Seriously, thank you for that. So bless up and big up yourself, man.
All right, shout out to Troy, man, from Baltimore. Salute, man. Be more, stand up. Yeah, Bill. So, I do think that's very wonderful, man. The example that y'all are setting, father-son duo, Teofimo, his dad, I call him Teo Jr. and T. Diddy. I really do like that, man. I love that. Floyd Mayweather and his father, even though they didn't always get along, but they made a hell of a team together. I like seeing that. I like seeing that. Floyd Schofield and Pop Schofield. Just a lot of the Abdullah Mason and his son. Abdullah Mason and his father. What's my brother's name? Valiant Mason. I love seeing that, man. That's wonderful. Caller, what's your name when you calling from?
Accept, press 1. To send a voice.
All right, he on the phone now. Sorry about that, Bill. I took too long answering. I just think that's wonderful. Because I grew up without my father. I didn't know who my father was, and and the guy that I was told my father, or my mother ended up letting me know that he wasn't my father later on down the line. So you get what I'm saying. So just to see that, I really do love that, and that's what we was talking about earlier. A lot of the negative stereotypes that I participated in when I was younger. Now that I'm an older man and become a lot wiser, I understand that was a lot of bullshit. So I do congratulate you guys on that. I really do. Caller, what's your name when you calling from?
Yo, it's Frisco Dog. Frisco, San Francisco, stand up.
Shout out to the city, man.
Frisco, talk to me.
Yeah, you know that, Bill. I just wanted to pop in. I'm hearing all the calls, all the people they going. They saying Dev should fight this dude, Dev should fight that dude. But why ain't nobody keeping it real? Don't none of these people want to fight Dev. But then the question I have for Bill is, Bill, what you think about Dev and Pac-Man, Manny Pacquiao at the Chase Center?
Man, you know what? All them is big fights, big opportunities, dog, for real. And I just listen to the people. You know what I'm saying? What the people is talking about, because ultimately they gonna be the ones that pack it. And Devin is right now, he can beat anybody. He's the best fighter in the world. It might be, and especially I'm talking about 140 down. It's Devin. You know.
Yeah. I'm just saying that as a fan, I agree. Dev top of the pile right now. I've been trying to tell everybody, but they ain't hearing it. We can't get no breaks out here in the Bay. They always try to keep us down. But I really want to see that Pac-Man fight, because I think Dev gonna get him, and I think that's gonna make Dev the global superstar he really deserves to be. You feel me? I really want to see that fight, because I think it's gonna really take Dev up a whole nother notch to where nobody gonna be able to deal with him if he could pull that off.
Man, it would be an honor to be in the ring, man, with Pac-Man. So, you know what I mean? That's something that would be alhamdulillah for sure.
All right, man. Shout out to Frisco. Salute to you, fam. Hey, Bill, explain to me. I got another call waiting. Caller, hold on. I got another call. Well, no, I thought I had another call waiting. I want to say this, man. It amazes me. I think I told you off record. I say, man, I told people yesterday in the chat. I said, Bill Haney, a lot of people may hate you, don't like you. Some love you. A lot of people love you. Love, hate, either way it go. I said, but Bill Haney is a marketing genius. This guy's a genius, man. I sat back and I thought about it. The path that you guys had to go through in order to put Devin Haney in the best position possible up until this date. And I'm a chess player, and I learned how to play chess when I was in the feds. And I'm looking at this game. I'm like, man, this dude is thinking 3-4 moves ahead. And it's amazing how it all planned out and just how it worked out. Do you have, well, it's probably ain't safe for you to say it, but do you have Devin in the top 5 pound for pound after that performance?
Number one. I got him as number one. The way that he does, when you talk about being the age, and you talk about crossing the streets, you talk about crossing to another part of the world. You talk about breaking down the barriers. You talk about not taking a franchise position. It's just it's truly remarkable. Go to some callers and let me just catch this call. Okay.
Okay, go ahead. I got you. Caller, what's your name when you calling from? Bill is on the phone right now.
David, Memphis.
David from Memphis. I'm saying Bill won't be able to answer any of your calls right now because he's taking a call. So, but we can talk. Go ahead, David from Memphis. Talk to me, fam. He can hear you, but
I was just going to ask Bill there. Well, first off, congratulate him on the job he's done as a father, and I think that we need more people that like you was talking about. I come up and didn't have a father around me and in my life or whatnot neither, and it's good to have good role models for young boxers that's coming in. I think Bill is doing a great job as far as promoting, like you said, he is kind of, a genius in that area, because he's coming to a field there that's a pretty hard field to get your feet wet in like he did, and he's done a good job. As far as Devin, I wanted to just throw a few flowers on Devin's way there. I think I told you yesterday, Coach. I noticed Devin's footwork. I was going to ask Bill. I wanted to ask him whatever they was doing. I'd like to know. I noticed from the Lomachenko fight to the Rougarou fight, I noticed how they have been working, looking like he was cutting his angles a lot more, and if that was something they specifically worked on, or did it just come natural? Appreciate it anyway, Coach. I thank you.
All right, shout out to David from Memphis. Salute to you, fam. Yeah, let me get the cash. Let me get the super chats out of the way. Shout out to Robin V. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy. He said, you said you already got bobblehead shaking like booty meat. He said KO would have everyone running away. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Shout out to Real Boxing TV. We're dropping that half for bam, dub on your boy. He say this Max. He said you got the big money, right? He say call Bob. Y'all call Matias camp. Don't go to 147 to fight a Barrios where you can where you would be the favorite. All the fans want Teo versus Haney. Teo lineal champ. I mean, we'll again. I can't answer that question, but Teofimo Lopez has a fight in February, and we'll just see how that works out. He does have a good relationship with Bob and just everybody. What I do like is this here. I kind of like that. Like once a fighter reaches a certain status, you always want to keep yourself in a position, to. Of course, all fighters can't do this, but put yourself in a position to always win. Always be kind of more flexible and stuff like that. That's so you'll be able to make whatever fights that needs to be made when the opportunity presents itself. I definitely want to see more of that. Love to see more of that with fighters. But I do understand, guys, that the political landscape of boxing is very, very vicious. Do you get what I'm saying? So, bro, I didn't, when I first started this YouTube channel, I had no idea how political boxing was. You know what I mean? So this shit's so political, man, with promoters, managers, matchmakers, fighters. It's just so much, man. It's just so much that goes on, And then sometimes it's just like once a fighter reaches a certain level of status, they can pretty much call their own shots. So when you see a fighter, hold on. When you see a fighter that's on a certain status and he's supposed to be that top dog, there's no such thing as where he's listening to his team or he's doing this, he's doing that. No, he's the top dog. His team listens to him. He pays the team. He don't work for the team work for him. So whatever that fighter says, says that's the top dog, that's what goes. So when certain things don't happen or certain fights don't get made from these fighters that are top dogs and they're in a position to make these fights, it's not their team, it's that fighter. Call him, what's your name when you call it from?
Hey, Slum, what's good with you? What's good, man? I was calling to say, man, I don't understand. I know everybody want to see the Teo fight, but we got to look at more boxing. It's surprising that people not looking at boxing, not seeing who and when people fight good. The Teo fight is a good fight, but that's not realistically next.
Right.
The best fight is Sandor Martin. I don't understand why we not talking about the Sandor Martin fight. I think Sandor Martin is a perfect fight for Haney. I think that will be a way tougher fight than Regis. And I know people don't look at 140 like that, but I think the Sandor Martin's a good fight. And I really want to say, exactly. Yeah, and I wanted to tell Bill is I don't want him to go. I mean, I can't tell him what to do, but I prefer them to stay at 140 because it's the best division. It's the toughest division. And I want to see the Sandor Martin fight. I think that's a good fight, and the fight should be. I don't want to lead a division and fight Sandor Martin. Man. I'm telling you, that's a good ass fight, man. Because if he take care of Sandor Martin like I think he will, something that Teo couldn't do, it'll answer a lot of these jokers' questions when they talk about Teo is the best in the division. I don't think Teo is the best in the division. I say it's either Young Haney or Sabril, one or two. But that's basically what I want to say, Mo. I ain't gonna hold you. I know a lot of people calling and shit, but that Sandor Martin thing is a real thing, and that's what I want to see next, Mo.
Man, shout out to Ronn Boy Fresh, man. DC, stand up. Ronn Boy say Bama's. He say, hey, yo, Mo, check this out, Mo. Mo, check this out. Why y'all don't let these Bama's trick bag, y'all? Hey, doggone, Ron got doggone, hey, Ronn Boy got Bill talking about Bama's live on the interview. That shit was hilarious, boy, right on Twitter. Shout out to Mike. Hey, okay. We're dropping that half for bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Bill is taking a phone call right now, guys, so please forgive me. He's on the phone right now. I'm waiting on him to get back. What you say? You say peace, Bill. Caller, hold on. You say peace, Bill. What up, Coach Malachi? Bill, I noticed Devin fighting southpaws. Are you preparing for Tank and Shakur? That's a good question. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. I'm not qualified to answer that. To be fair, fam, I'm not qualified to answer that. I know one fighter don't want nobody mentioning his name. And one fighter's in the witness protection program, and the other fighter, Shakur, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how that happened. I don't think Devin Haney is coming back down to 135. So, to be honest with you, fam, I just don't see any of those fights happening, man, anytime soon, bro. I don't see nothing happening with the protected fighter, with Shakur, or with Devin Haney. I just don't see it. It seems like a fantasy at this point, fam. But to be honest with you, it doesn't seem like that shit gonna happen. And it'll probably happen later on down the line, 5 years down the line. But it is what it is. I just honestly feel that way. Caller, what's your name and you calling from?
What's good, Coach? This is Tuff Glove Boxing.
Tuff Glove Boxing, man. What's going on, man? Tough Glove. What's going on, brother? Where you calling from?
Good, family. You know, I had to call.
Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Texas right now. Houston, Texas.
Oh, Texas. Calling from Tuff Glove Boxing, Texas. Talk to me.
Yeah, what's good? What's good? I'm from the Boogie Down, but I live in Texas now. But I had to call. It's not a question for Bill, but I've been watching the show, man, and I'm hearing a lot of people call in trying to boycott off of Devin Haney's shine with all of this T.O. questions. They trying to get Bill Haney to say that T.O. was the number one guy at 140, and if Devin is all of that, why he don't fight T.O.? But I'm just here to bring people back to the memory of Devin Haney chasing T.O. Mm-hmm. And T.O. putting on his fastest running shoes, running from the smoke, and trying to go towards George Kambosos instead of fighting the person that had the one vote that could really make him undisputed. Now, I've never said Devin beat Teofimo Lopez automatically, but the fact is Devin tried to solve the problem and offered Teofimo Lopez the fight, and Teofimo Lopez didn't want no parts of it. I didn't hear none of the Teofimo Lopez fans craving for that fight with Devin Haney when he was chasing Teofimo, until Teofimo Lopez got his behind whooped by George Kambosos, and then Devin went and took care of that business. And then now all of a sudden it's a competition between him and Teofimo Lopez. They trying to take the Regis Prograis credit away from him, talking about Regis didn't have no feet and he was tailor-made for Devin Haney, but I didn't hear nobody talk about Josh Taylor feet.
Yeah. No, I
never known Josh Taylor to be fleet-footed. So it's like, yo, if you're going to keep the same energy for one fighter, keep it for Lopez. I read that the best fight at 140. Subriel Matias is the monkey wrench in that whole program. You understand? But the fact is, the reason why the Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez fight hasn't happened yet is because Teofimo don't want that Devin Haney smoke.
Right.
That's it.
No, I know. Tough Glove Boxing. I'm gonna say this. You 100,000% correct about this one thing as it relates to the double standards. So when I sit, when anytime you hear me, brothers, say I get it, what I'm saying is I get it. You know, a lot of these guys, they don't like Devin Haney and they don't like Bill Haney, and that's fine. I'm not a part of the Devin or Bill Haney defense team. Bill does a really, really good job in fighting all of these battles himself. But what it is, and I always say this, fam, you know, these guys don't keep the same energy with their favorite fighters. Certain fighters, you know, they'll say, well, why you ain't doing A, B, C, and D, but they don't say the same thing for their fighter. And the reason why they don't do that is because I get it. They don't like Devin Haney. And that's fine. If they don't like the guy and they want to criticize everything he does, there's nothing wrong with that. But guess what? Your bias shows because you don't do the same thing for Teofimo Lopez. You don't do the same thing for the other guy, the name I won't mention, and you don't do the same for the other fighters. So that's what it is. So it's like they argue both sides of the coin. But you're right about that. I do see that. The fact of the matter is they're not going to fight right now anyways. They're not. So it's not like that. You know, it takes two to tango. And even if the Haney side wanted to make that fight, you know, it's going to be up to the Teofimo side, right? And then vice versa. If the Teo side wanted to fight, and then it's going to be up to the Haney side. So that fight will happen. I'm not saying that it'll happen next, but eventually it will happen. You know, that's where I'm at with it.
Well, I got one thing to say because I'm not going to hold up your line. You understand? And you know I love the platform. Coach, congratulations on 30K. I predict next year, by the middle of the year, you have 100K. I remember when you first started your channel, and I remember when I started watching you, your growth has been an inspiration. You understand? To a lot of the other people out there trying to do what you do. So I want to go ahead and congratulate you on that, family, because that's a big deal. Yeah, you make the noise in the sport of boxing. Your platform is important, and we appreciate you.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.